Hello, welcome to my video. This is an sakuatsu and osasuna storyline that does not take place in the canon haikyuu universe. There are topics surrounding abusive relationships, and there is implied sex and sexual topics. Also, a friendly warning, this video does contain cursing. As always, I really hope you enjoy this story. Now on to the video.
In which Atsumu meets an interesting man in an unexpected place, and Osamu wishes to change the state of his relationship with a friend. Whew. Atsumu ran a hand through his mustard yellow hair as he took a swig from his water bottle. He sipped for a few seconds before removing the bottle from his lips with a satisfied sigh. He continued his way up the stout hill, stepping over twigs and swatting at insects as he navigated through the mildly dense and untamed shrubbery. When Atsumu reached the top of the hill, the sight he was greeted with prompted his eyes to widen and his body to stop moving. He was met with a beautiful clearing, the ground blanketed in healthy, green grass and a protective wall of trees surrounding it, shielding it from the rest of the world. The morning sky was a soft gray, the sun only peeking out behind the abundance of clouds drifting around. The few straying rays of sunlight were almost like a spotlight on the beautiful being sitting on the grass. It was a man with thick black curls that fell around and carved his already sculpted face just right. He was wearing an obsidian-colored jacket and pants, reflecting the hue of his large cool eyes that were staring up at the cloudy sky. His lips were pressed in a straight line, and the two small moles above his right eyebrow were aligned in a uniform manner, only adding to his poised aura. The man must have felt Atsumu's eyes boring into him, because he quickly turned his head to meet Atsumu's gaze. Eep. Why are you just staring at me like that? It's pretty creepy. I was looking at the sky. Are you asking me or telling me? Atsumu laughed nervously. I was just staring because I was surprised, that's all. Mind if I join ya? The man shrugged at Atsumu and turned back around as Atsumu made his way over, sitting down about a meter away from the man. So, why were you surprised that I'm here? Oh, well. This is my lil hiding spot. It's like a mini world up here where it's just population me. I go up here when I just need to be alone and clear my head, and I've never seen someone else up here, so. I get it. It's a nice place to escape from everything. Atsumu turned his head around and saw the man already looking at him with understanding eyes. Yeah, exactly that. Is it like that for you too? Yeah, especially lately. Well, what's on your mind? The man cocked an eyebrow at Atsumu. We're complete strangers, and you expect me to vent to you? Well, yes. I dunno, I think it's always nicer to have someone listen. Especially when it's a stranger, they can't judge you or give you advice based on what they think they know about you. You're damn right about that. Atsumu and the man next to him sat in silence for a few moments before the latter sighed. My parents keep trying to set me up with a bunch of different women. Lem guess, they've all been rotten. Quite the opposite. They've all been smart, gorgeous, well off, great personalities. Oh, then what's been the issue? The issue is that they're all women. Atsumu tilted his head in confusion. I'm gay. Instant understanding crossed Atsumu's features. Oh. The man snorted. Yeah. My parents have made homophobic comments in the past, so I'm really not ready to tell them that piece of information. That's okay. Whenever or if ever you're ready, you're ready. You're right, and I know that. I just overthink a lot. It was good to hear that from someone else though. Thanks. No problem. So, why did you come up here? Oh, if it makes you uncomfortable, don't feel pressured to tell me just because I told you my problem. No, it's fine. Atsumu sighed and turned away from the man to up at the sky. My ex is getting married to the person they cheated on me with. I don't miss them or anything. It was 6 months ago, and our relationship was nothing but toxic. I never want to go through that again. But, I've just been thinking, I once wanted that with them. When I left that relationship, I left an important part of myself behind with it, and I'm still trying to find that piece and put it back into place. I feel this emptiness. Geez, that really sucks. Sorry I suck ass at comforting people. Atsumu laughed. It's cool, just getting it out is good enough. I don't know you, but you seem like a pretty decent person. I do hope karma bites your ex in the ass, and that things get better for you. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you too. Atsumu and the man gave each other small smiles before turning back around. The weather is real nice today. It is. It doesn't get this cool that often. Aren't you cold though? Atsumu turned his head to see the man looking at his outfit consisting of a tank top and basketball shorts. Nah, I was on a jog before coming up here, so I didn't feel cold. Atsumu looked at his watch. Shit. What is it? I've got a class in about an hour. I need to get going. Wait, before I go, I should tell you my name. Atsumu. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Atsumu stuck out his hand at the man, who simply stared at it with an unamused expression. Oh okay, or just leave me hanging, that's cool. I'm not fond of shaking hands. I can understand that. Do I at least get a name? Nah. I still haven't decided if you're a creep or not. Huh? You heard me. You know, I've been coming up here every day around the same time now. Might catch me up here again if you come again another day. Atsumu blinked at the man before his eyes widened in understanding. Oh, good to know, good to know. Atsumu rose from the grass and dusted himself off. Well, I should get going now. Atsumu didn't want to go. He was quite intrigued by this man, and he wanted nothing more than to just lay back in the grass, sit beside him all day, and talk about a range of topics. Damn morning classes. Oh, alright. Bye Mia. Yeah, bye. Atsumu smiled and waved before reluctantly turning around to head down the hill, wanting the next morning to come by faster. Leaving so soon? Osamu was lying on his side in his bed, using one arm to prop himself up. He watched as Suna picked up his clothes from Osamu's room floor that he had shed the night before. Sorry sweetheart, I've got a 10 a.m. PFFT. Imagine going to college. Suna scoffed as he pulled up his boxers and jeans. Imagine not going to college. Future burger flipper. Osamu playfully threw a pillow at Suna. Fuck you. You already do. Suna chuckled at Osamu's flustered expression. You know I'm kidding about you being a burger flipper though, right? I can actually see you opening that dream restaurant of yours in the future. Yeah, I know you're kidding. Then why do you look so hurt? Leave me alone. Suna snorted and pulled on his shirt. Why no, you can just shower here. Nah, I'll go back to my house. I shouldn't even have slept over. I don't mind if you sleep over. You shouldn't let me sleep over. You were tired afterwards. Still. Suna kissed Osamu's cheek. Thanks for last night. See you. With that, Suna left the room and shut the door behind him, leaving Osamu alone in his room. Osamu felt the familiar and suffocating feeling of longing that always came to him when Suna left. He scratched the top of his head, shaking his head and laughing. Damn it, the things you do to me, Rin. Before he could fall deeper into the abyss of his thoughts, the sound of a distant doorbell called upon Osamu's attention. Rin? Osamu sighed and pulled the bed covers away from his body, hissing at the cold air hitting his bare skin. He quickly threw his legs over the side of the bed and stood up, grabbing his boxers from the floor and pulling them on. The doorbell ringing, now paired with harsh knocking, became more aggressive, and Osamu bounded out of his room and towards the door. Yeesh Rin, tryna break down my door? What did you forget this? Osamu opened the door fully to reveal not Suna, but an exasperated Atsumu. Time. Samu, what took you so long? I forgot my keys, and the spare wasn't under the mat, so. Whatever, I just need to get ready for class. Atsumu pushed Osamu out of the doorway and stepped inside. Well, good morning to you too. Osamu shook his head and shut the door disappointedly with a sigh. He watched his brother collect his laptop, textbook, and notebooks and shove them into his backpack. Should I shower or eat first? Man, I am starving. Say, Samu, did you get to make breakfast? Atsumu turned around and saw the frown on his brother's face. Oh, what's wrong? Nothing. You were expecting someone else at the door, weren't you? No one. Was it Suna? ... Figured. How did you know? Atsumu smirked. You've got that post-coital glow. Osamu rolled his eyes and flipped off Atsumu, the latter stifling a laugh. He left a little while ago, and I thought he came back for something. Atsumu smiled sympathetically and patted Osamu's shoulder. Yeah, so whipped for him. Shut up, I know. Have you talked to him? About your feelings? Of course not. There's no way he sees me that way. To him we're just friends with benefits. I don't wanna risk ruining the relationship we have by telling him that I like him. It could ruin everything. Or, it could lead to something real nice. You'll never know if you don't tell him. But how do I approach him about it? Next time he comes over and you guys, do your do. Just ask him out afterwards. Simple as that. Simple as that. You're actually giving me okay advice today, Tsumu. All my advice is good advice. You usually tell me sucks to suck bitch and go about your way. Hey, that's not. Okay, that's pretty true. You seem different today. Why do you say that? You've been pretty down ever since you found out that. Yeah, guess I have. Well, I made a new friend today on my walk. Osamu narrowed his eyes. Did you really make a new friend or did you practically force them into talking to you? ... Fuck, they probably hate me. Osamu laughed while Atsumu slapped his arm. Samu, it's not funny. Yes it is. Why do you even care if they hate you though? Aren't they, you know, mostly a stranger? They are. But there's something about them that's different. We didn't talk for that long, but I wanna learn more about him. I don't know why, but I'm like, drawn to him. It's weird. Interesting. Did you get his number or something? Atsumu began to play with his fingers. No, but we have a meeting spot. I'm seeing him tomorrow. A wide grin made its way onto Osamu's face. Oh. I'm kinda nervous though. He already called me a creep today. Samu, a creep. What if he actually does hate me? Now I'm paranoid. Maybe I shouldn't meet up with him tomorrow. No. What? You're meeting up with him tomorrow? Let's make a deal. You meet up with this new acquaintance of yours, and I'll ask Suna out. Deal? Atsumu gave Osamu his signature, competitive smirk. Deal. You're on, Samu. The next morning, Atsumu found the man, his new acquaintance, in the same spot he was at yesterday in the clearing. Ahem. The man turned around to see Atsumu smiling and waving as he walked towards him. Morning. Morning Mia. What's with the mask? I'm wary of germs, nothing personal. I wasn't wearing one yesterday because I thought I'd be alone. Ah, got it. I see you dressed more appropriately today. Atsumu looked down at this red hoodie proudly before sitting down next to the man. Yup. I didn't go on a walk today cause I wanted to be able to talk to you longer before class. A pink hue crawled onto Atsumu's cheekbones. I like talking to you. Oh. The raven-haired man felt his face go hot. People rarely like me. Really? Yeah. I'm not all that approachable looking. And my personality isn't exactly all sugar and spice. Yeah, as prickly as a cactus, but I surprisingly like that. Nice to know. You're a university student, right? How old are you? I just turned 22 a few weeks ago. Oh, happy belated birthday. Thanks. Well, how old are you? I'm 21, my birthday is in March. Are you a Pisces or an Aries? Pisces. Oh, cool. I don't know why I asked that. I know nothing about zodiacs. The man snorted and shook his head. Oh shush, you sea urchin. What school do you go to? Kwansei Gakin. Whoa, you must be wicked smart. That's a damn good university. Guess so. Where do you go? University of Hyogo. That's a good school, too. It is. It's been a great couple of years, and I'm happy to be there. But I can't help but associate the thought of university with my ex. How come? It's where we met. We were assigned to be partners in English for a project. We just hit it off. Our relationship was perfect. They were always looking out for me, being there whenever I asked. Sending good morning and good night texts, giving gifts without an occasion. I did the same thing, of course. What happened? Atsumu sighed and looked down at his shoes. I took the red flags of them always wanting to be by my side 24/7 as cute and sweet. They started getting real jealous of my friends and kept me from hanging out with them. Said stupid shit like they weren't good for me and wanted to steal me away from them. Started asking me where I was and what I was doing an insane amount of times a day. They got mad over little things and lashed out like, real bad. They got physical multiple times. And then they would say it was my fault for making them mad. And I would believe them. Even when they cheated on me not once, but twice with the same fucking dude, I let them manipulate me into thinking I pushed them away. All because of love or something like that. Atsumu shook his head and scoffed. I was such a fucking idiot. And I'm still a fucking idiot for letting it affect me so many months later. You are not an idiot. None of it is your fault, Mia. None of it. I'm glad that you're out of that relationship. It's okay if you're still hurting. That type of thing sticks with you. Take all the time you need to heal. I know we just met, but I'd like to say we're quite acquainted. And I'm assuming we'll keep talking every morning, so do feel free to talk to me. Atsumu's eyes glimmered, and he gave the man a genuine, rare smile. Even if you say you suck at giving advice, that was pretty damn good. Oh hush, I read a lot of manga and that power of friendship nonsense is getting to me. Atsumu laughed while the man rolled his eyes. Sakusa. That's my name. Sakusa Kayumi. Sakusa Kayumi. Atsumu rubbed his chin thoughtfully before turning to Sakusa with a grin. Well Sakusa-kun, I hope we can be good friends. Though Atsumu couldn't see his smile behind the mask, he did catch how Sakusa's eyes crinkled at the sides. Yeah, I hope so too. A week had passed since Atsumu and Osamu's deal was made. Atsumu didn't have any classes to attend one day, thus he had no work and too much free time. Unfortunately for Osamu, Atsumu decided to exercise his freedom by pestering his brother to hold up his end of the bargain. Currently, Osamu was in the kitchen washing dishes while Atsumu yapped in his ear next to him. A deal's a deal, Samu. Hurry up and ask Suna out to a movie, dinner, something. You make it sound easy. Because it is? Osamu glared at Atsumu and waved around a knife he had just picked up from the sink. Oh, careful where you're pointing that knife. It's not easy for me, Tsumu. If it was, I would have already asked him out. Suna probably only wants to fuck. That's what we agreed on anyhow. But things can change, Samu. Things can change. I mean, look at you. You caught feelings. Doesn't mean he did too. Atsumu groaned and shuffled out of the kitchen. Just give it a shot, Samu. Or not, I guess, and stay wondering about what could have been. When he was met with silence, Atsumu sighed. Fine, I'll leave you alone. Finally, For now. Ugh. Atsumu grabbed his keys and wallet from the kitchen counter. I'm going out to the convenience store. I wanna get some gato chocolate. Really? I thought you hated that stuff. I do, but Sakusa likes it for some reason, so I'm gonna buy some for him and bring it tomorrow. Osamu turned away from the sink with a sly smile and a raised eyebrow. What's with that look? Yeah, cheap ass doesn't spend anyone but yourself, and now you're willingly buying something for this new friend of yours? So? Osamu dried his hands and shook his head with a chuckle. Nothing. Boy. Atsumu began to walk away from his brother, talking over his shoulder as he did so. Don't you dare watch the new 𝘵𝘠𝘦𝘭𝘏 episode without me. Bye-bye. As Atsumu left the house, Osamu went to the living room and turned on the TV, deciding to watch some old action movie that happened to be playing. After about halfway through the movie, Osamu heard a knock at the door. He begrudgingly got up from his comfortable sofa and walked towards the door. Who is it? It's me, Osamu. Osamu's eyes widened, and he hurried to turn the doorknob to reveal Suna. Osamu couldn't help but smile a little. Hey Rin. Suna smiled back. Hey sweetheart. What are you doing here? I forgot my jacket the other day. Can I come in? Osamu moved aside to let Suna step into his house. You're lucky Atsumu isn't home. Sorry for coming unannounced, but I'd like to think I'm a nice surprise. Suna began to walk to the living room, and Osamu followed closely behind. When he saw the movie on the screen, a scowl formed on Suna's face. Ugh, that movie. My sister made me watch it with her. It sucked ass. It is ass. I'm just watching it 'cause I'm bored. ... Wanna watch it and make fun of it together? Hell yes. Do you have ice cream on it? This is why we work so well together. Minutes later, Osamu and Suna, accompanied by spoons and a tub of ice cream, were on the couch laughing and hurling insults at the screen. God, it just keeps getting worse. This is an off-brand Jackie Chan movie. Jackie. Suna erupted into laughter again, gripping Osamu's thigh for support. Jackie Chan? Yes bro. How does this mafia man have like 6 girlfriends? He's ugly as hell. Money works wonders. Rin. You right. I've been considering getting a sugar daddy. Osamu licked the ice cream off of his spoon as he raised an eyebrow at Suna. Why? I have college tuition to pay for, Osamu. And I don't have a job. I remember when I was in the world of the unemployed. I prefer to say that I'm between jobs. Osamu giggled and rested his head against Suna's. Yeah, parents are helping you out though, right? Yeah, but I wanna get a job so my parents can put that money towards my sister's education. Or, yeah, such a great big brother. Suna looked up at Osamu and smiled softly. Sure hope she thinks that. Osamu felt his heart flutter at Suna's smile. He quickly turned away from the screen, hoping that he wasn't blushing. It was hard to refocus on the movie, though, as Suna kept trailing his hand up and down Osamu's thigh. About 20 minutes later, Suna spoke up. Sweetheart, how much longer until this movie is over? Like half an hour. I don't think I can make it. Honestly, same here. Wanna do something more fun? Osamu whipped his head around, Suna already looking at him with desire in his eyes. Osamu's breath hitched as Suna's hand massaged his inner thigh, his response breathy and barely over a whisper. What do you have in mind? I'll give you a preview. Suna wasted no time in crashing his lips against Osamu's. Osamu instinctively wrapped his arms around Suna's waist, holding Suna as the latter swung his leg over Osamu to sit in his lap. Suna's hands found themselves running through Osamu's grey locks as Osamu's hands wandered down to grab Suna's ass and caress the skin under his shirt. Suna bit at Osamu's lower lip, beckoning the latter to open his mouth in an open invitation to Suna's tongue. Osamu could taste the simple salty sweetness of the caramel swirl ice cream they had shared. Now they shared a single, heated breath as their mouths hungrily moved against each other. Suna pulled away from Osamu's lips to tenderly suck at his neck. Osamu was panting, his entire face hot. Rin. Bed. Suna removed his lips from Osamu's neck with a pop, a new, purple bruise forming on his skin. Carry me. Osamu's strong arms lifted himself and Suna off the couch. Suna wrapped his leg around Osamu's waist and reconnected their lips, lust trailing behind them as Osamu made his way to his bedroom. Aha. Atsumu grabbed 2 packets of gato chocolate off the shelf and raised it above his head in triumph. Found ya. He walked down the convenience store aisle while he looked at the packets of chocolate. He was making his way to the cash register when familiar voices made him stop in his tracks. How many should I get? I think just 1 is fine. Atsumu grinned to himself and began to navigate the convenience store to find the source of the voice. Really? I was thinking 3. What? Just get 1. 2. Your monies. Well, I'm gonna go look for some matcha cookies. Soon enough, Atsumu found Sakusa in a nearby aisle. Heya, Sakan. Sakusa spun around and looked at Atsumu with wide eyes. Mia, don't you usually have class at this time? It got cancelled, so I'm free for the day. Oh, lucky you. Right. Ooh, are those red bean rice cakes? I love those. Yeah, I remember you telling me the other day. So, how did your stats test go? It went really well, thanks for asking. I wouldn't have gotten such high marks without your tutoring though. Yeah, fucking Einstein. I think you're smarter than you give yourself credit for. Maybe. Dart. Or maybe you are a dumbass. You're little. You had to use your fingers to add. Hey, I saw you use the calculator to do 7 plus 9. Just in case it changed since the last time I checked. Atsumu bursted out laughing, and sakusa smiled and chuckled a little. Oh, did you get to start that show I told you about? I did. And? ... I don't like it. Hey. Who doesn't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Me. It's an acquired taste. You got me rethinking our friendship. I'll give it a few more episodes, but no promises. Good enough for me. Oh, do you like milk bread? My brother made a shit ton to practice his recipe, so I can bring some tomorrow. That would be nice. I haven't had milk bread in a while. Say, were you with someone? As if on cue, Komori came around the corner, a smile instantly stretching across his face at the sight of Sakusa and Atsumu. Oh, Mia, this is Mori-kun? Atsumu-kun? Sakusa blinked in confusion as the two hugged each other. Am I missing something? Is this that new friend of yours you were talking about? Yes, but who would have thought you knew each other? What a coincidence. Yes. Me and Kyo are actually cousins. Cousins? Will you look at that? Wait, Kyo? I wanna use a cute nick. Ahem. Atsumu and Komori stopped talking and turned around to look at an annoyed Sakusa. Komori smirked and poked his arm. Jealous or something? What? No. Really? Looks like it. Smells like it. Okay, whatever. How do you two know each other? Oh, we both had the same professor for our philosophy class last semester, and we became friends. Atsumu scrunched his nose at the memory. Professor Washio. That woman was horrible. She looks like the librarian from Monsters Inc. You're wrong for that. It's true. Yo, remember that time her wig? Ahem. Atsumu and Komori turned around once again to see Sakusa silently fuming. Glad you're catching up, but I have an appointment in an hour. I'd like to be on time too. Can we get going? Atsumu and Komori looked at each other before nodding. As Sakusa turned around, Komori leaned closer to Atsumu and whispered in his ear. He's definitely jealous. PFFT. I heard that. As the three walked out of the store after paying, Komori paused and began to pat his pockets. Shoot, I think I left my wallet on the counter. I'll be right back. But as Komori turned around and ran back into the convenience store, Atsumu could see his wallet sticking out of his back pocket. ... He sucks at lying. Sakusa sighed and shook his head. He probably just wanted us to talk alone. Sakusa tugged at the hem of his mask, flustered by his own words while Atsumu felt his cheeks turn pink. Sakusa pulled the rice cakes out of his grocery bag and presented them to Atsumu. I actually came here to get these for you. Asumu's eyes sparkled, and he smiled sweetly at Sakusa. Really? Thanks, Sakun. Atsumu took the packets of rice cake from Sakusa's hands, their fingers brushing against each other. Atsumu felt his cheeks turn rosy at the contact. I also came here to get you something. Atsumu dug into his own bag and pulled out the chocolate. Oh, you really don't have to. I know, but you didn't have to get me these rice cakes. I just wanted to, just like you. It's rude to not accept gifts, Sakun. Sakusa took the chocolate from Atsumu's hands and smiled a little. Thank you. You're welcome. So, I should get going. For my appointment. Oh, yeah, don't let me keep you. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. You bet. See you then, Mia. Bye bye. As they parted ways, Atsumu walked back to his car with a pep in his step. Fuck. Osamu stared out of his window with horror written all over his face. Suna sat up in Osamu's bed and ran a hand through his messy hair. Atsumu is pulling up in the driveway. So? He doesn't need to know I'm here. Yeah, car is in the driveway. ... Well shit. Well shit is right. Well, good with that, Osamu. With that, Suna laid back in the bed, only for Osamu to walk over and pull the covers off of Suna's bare body. What the fuck? Don't look at me, I'm naked. We literally just. Okay. Anyway, we need to get you out of here. Why can't Atsumu know that I'm here? Because why? Embarrassed of what we're doing or something? What? No. It's just. Suna leaned up to kiss the frown forming on Osamu's lips. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Suna leapt out of the bed and began to retrieve his clothes from the floor. So, what's the excuse? I'll tell him that it's the neighbor's car. Yeah, let's say they had a guest over. Suna nodded as he pulled on his clothes. Am I sneaking out through the backyard per usual? Yup, unless Atsumu. Osamu and Suna stilled as they heard the front door open, followed by a singing Atsumu. Comes in. Is he singing a Taylor Swift song? Your brother has terrible taste. That is completely besides the point. I know, but I still think it's important to note. You're killing me here, Rin. What, do you like her music? Samu. Where are you? Shit. Why don't I just leave through your window? I haven't opened that window in months. So? What if bugs are waiting? Or Whittle Osamu is afraid of some insects? You dick. You are what you eat. Samu. Are you in your room? Osamu and Suna looked at each other with wide eyes, then Suna bolted for the window. Damn, this is hard to open. Lem help. After a few more seconds of struggle, the two successfully opened the window. Hoop hoop. Suna pecked Osamu's lips before swinging a leg over the windowsill. See you soon, sweetheart. He leapt fully from the window, hitting the ground below with a thump. Ow, son of a. Osamu whispered an apology to Suna and shut the window just as Atsumu knocked on his door. I'm coming. Osamu fixed his hair in the mirror and walked over to the door. When he opened it, Atsumu angrily stomped into his room. Samu, did you not hear me calling your name? Your loud ass yelling woke me up from my nap. Is that the new code name for getting laid? Osamu's planned excuse flew out the window, his eyes widening as Atsumu smirked. How'd you know? I always know, dear brother. That's his car in the driveway. Yeah. Where is he then? He just left. Damn it, I can never catch him sneaking out. Hey, what's wrong? Atsumu took in the sight of Osamu's clenched fists and furrowed eyebrows. I wish he didn't have to leave. I don't want to just have sex. I don't want to just be friends, benefits or not. I really like Suna, Atsumu. I don't know what to do. Tell him what you just told me. Maybe not today, or tomorrow, or even next week. But tell him exactly that, soon. I've said it once and I'll say it again. You'll never know unless you try. Osamu sighed in resignation and nodded his head. Okay. I'll tell him by the end of November. I just need some time to gain some confidence to tell him. Atsumu smiled and patted Osamu's shoulder. Attaboy. Also, you won't believe who I saw at the convenience store. Atsumu woke up with a start, clutching at his chest and trying to catch his breath. Sweat and tears mixed and mingled as they drenched his face and body. It had been 3 weeks since the day he met Sakusa. 3 weeks since the nightmares returned. Atsumu climbed out of bed shakily, grabbing his phone to use as a flashlight since it was dark and not even dawn yet. He held onto furniture and walls for support as he stumbled out of his room, trudging to Osamu's room down the hall and opened the door quietly. Samu. Atsumu opened the door fully, only to see that Osamu wasn't there. Fuck, he must have slept over at Suna's. He promised he'd come back in case this happened. No. Atsumu's vision blurred as fresh, hot tears spilled out of his eyes. He ran from Osamu's room door and out of the house, letting his legs take him to the only place he could find solace right now. About 15 minutes later, he was running into the clearing, and the person he wanted the most right then was there. Sakusa was sitting on the grass and staring up at the crescent in the sky, his body illuminated in the moonlight. Sakan. Sakusa turned around and saw Atsumu stumbling towards him. Atsumu collapsed onto Sakusa, clutching onto his jacket and sobbing quietly. Mia. What the hell are you doing here? It's like 5 in the morning. Sakusa, not really sure what to do, cautiously brought his hand to Atsumu's back and rubbed in small circles. He waited until Atsumu's cries died down into soft hiccups. Wanna tell me what happened? Atsumu leaned his head against Sakusa's shoulder and let out a shaky sigh. I had a nightmare about my ex. All the things they did to me, but intensified. They started when we broke up. Therapy and my brother helped me get over them, but they came back after I found out that they are getting married. I can't text my therapist at this hour, and my brother isn't home right now. I feel so alone. I've felt so alone for the past 6 months. Sure, I have friends, I'm loyal, I'm having fun. But when I sit down in my room where there's no one or nothing else, I just feel so alone. Atsumu tried to blink away the tears in his eyes. I don't wanna feel alone anymore. Sakusa used both of his hands to gently push Atsumu back, holding Atsumu by the shoulders and looking into his eyes. Mia, I know we haven't even known each other for a month yet, but you're the best friend I've got. Not counting Komori. In any case, I'm trying to say that I value you. Talking to you every morning for an hour or two these past few weeks. I just enjoy my time with you. You are an enjoyable person, Mia. I want to spend more time with you, get to know you more, become even better friends. So, I'll stick by your side, so you won't have to be alone. Even if you feel like it's you against the world, know that you have me in this safe little bubble of ours. A light blush was high on Atsumu's cheeks, his heart beating fast and dozens of butterflies hit against the cages of his chest. Sakan. In that moment, with the moon as witness, Atsumu felt the gaping hole in his heart begin to fill and overflow with a feeling he never thought he'd experience again.